Hello my friend. Today what I'm going to do is beginning with the EF 2008 Typhoon, and I've got resin cockpit, and then first things I have to do is I should trim some part of the bathtub part. I have to remove the things around here, or I've got other part. It's a nozzles, engine nozzles, and I should remove this area. So, and how do I do this in properly? Is it's very seems to very easy, but actually it's a little bit difficult for for normal way. I use just normal saw, a small saw, and if I do the directory on put on this way and cut like this, it might be not a good result. I mean, I cannot cut it exactly vertical, in the right way. It's not right way. So what I'm going to do is I use this one, which is a little bit hard sponge. It's you can get it in maybe DIY shop or other stuff. So and it helps me like set the part very tight, not too tight, but at least rather I can put this way, but it's very moving roughly. So when I stick this like that way, and it holds strong, it's better than put on directly that way. It's very steady and hold tight, and very this one is very a little bit flexible sponge, and I cannot get I don't have cramps or industrial issues, so I just using these kind of materials. And now I see, you can see more exactly what I want. Yeah, I can see a little bit closer. You can see this way, I think. No, that way. And this kind of huge things, I should choose this one, because if I use this one, it makes a little bit time, so I just use this one. And I just put on this one very tight, and don't push so hard, and cutting very carefully. Always check if the saw is going down to the vertical. If not, you should change the directions. And once I cut that way, and maybe I can try that way, and that way, and that way, continue to keep turn around, not cut in just one way. I just cut in like this from this one, maybe. It avoiding bad cut. Sometimes I cannot notice the saw is not good, going good way, so I just cut in half, and then turn around, cut from the another direction. So, and if you cannot hold very tight, you can just change like this, which is very quite easier than before to hold in it, because the holding is very important in this way. And always check the is the saw going good way or not, and just keep cutting, just continue to do. I think it's finally done. It took a little bit time. I think that's enough. See, here is very thin, very thin. So you have to, take care to not too much sanding on it. I think it doesn't have so much, that I have to sand it. Almost. And there are some other parts, which is like, I think this is the side panels. This is side panels. In case, I use also this, I don't know how to say this, but I just, maybe you don't have to, because this is very easy to cut. In this way, I use this scissors, this saw, and cut like that way. And always I have to make sure it whether it fits or not, which is very important. Test fitting. And this is a engine duct, what you saw. This is also cut in this way. Maybe it depends on the person who is useful or not. But this time I can use this like that way. And cutting very carefully. You don't push. You shouldn't push so strong. Very easy to cut it, because they're it's just thin cutting surface, so I don't have to push so much. Just through it go it it goes very naturally, and the part is took away naturally, so very easy. The resin part is very fragile. I mean, how do I say? It's very too. It's a little bit different material from the plastic, so it's very easy to break through it. So, and then you just sand it like before, and it's a very similar way as the plastic. And some other point that when I doing this, the resin is very dusty, so I always use the cleaner. And keep the braids very keep clean, because sometimes it goes very hard to cut it because of the dust is around the braid. It's a little bit hard to cut it, so I always clean up like sandpaper also. And a little bit tired. And always check the part on a fit well or not, because sometimes you have unnecessary things on it, so I just take this way, using by the design knife or cutter knife or something like that. And always check fit it in properly. I think I should cut some little bit more, but I think almost done. Once I put in aircraft, we cannot see so much because of this is a very depth on the aircraft engine duct. You cannot see through that whether it doesn't fit or not. People doesn't mention about that. And other things I have I think ejection seat. I have to cut it like this way, I think, in case I'm just doing with this table, trying to find which direction should I put it, and I need to cut it in vertical, so you're changing the position, so trying to find a way which direction is more comfortable for you to cut it. I think this way is not good for it, so I think it should be this way, and cut it like that. If the design knife is still available, you should use it, because sometimes it works well. But in many cases this kind of knife is still it's not useful. It's very hard for resin to cut. But in this time, the trim part is very thin, so I can use the design knife. If the part is very thin, it should have to be more careful because it's very easy to break on it. So I'm just using which tool is good for the materials or not. Just so finally I can see the cutting surface, so I just now use cutting board. This is this should be moving. And I think this way is better, but you cannot see. It's a different, it's a opposite way, but I just cut through it. Sometimes I should move the camera, whatsoever. It's very complicated. Which angle can you see better or not? I think this is better way, better angle. You don't have to push so much. It naturally goes away. If you push so strong, maybe the part will be break through. So just take care for the direction, and if the trim part, it has to have very unnecessary part right here. You can cut that way, or if you want, because this is an unnecessary part, so you just cut away like this, from that way. But in this time I just using by very thin cutter, so I don't need it. I just cut through very carefully. Or you can use a very big saw like this, which goes more easily. But we have to take care of the thickness of the blade. This one is 0.1 and this one should be 0.2 or 0.3. Not thin, a little bit thick. So I just take care because I don't want to the parts. I don't want the parts so deeply in cut. But I think this is gonna be okay. And don't take the push so hard. Just easily goes away. And don't hurry anyway. Don't hurry. Just check the cutting surface. I think I should cut in this way. I think this part is one of the most complicated issue when you're using the resin part, because you have to remove And this is not soft at all. This is quite hard material, so it's very hard to cut in right way. So I think it might need to take up some experience, maybe, but actually I don't have it, so I just take the time. I think a little bit not successful, but it's okay. As you can see, the surface is not quite well, so I use big sandpaper at the same as the bathtubs and put it and sand it, just it. Or maybe you can remove like these tools first, then sand it is, you know, more accurate, I think. I think it's enough. A little bit, you know, not horizontal, but I think I shouldn't do too much. And always take the whether the seat set it on properly. I don't know the exact height of these things, but I think almost done. So finally, I just finished to trim off I think almost all the part, resin part, and just trying to make it fit properly, I mean correctly. I think it seems to be okay, including our nozzle part, and I think it fits quite well, I think. And this is very easy to, you know, fragile, easy to, you know, break. I think it's very thin, right? And there is a little bit things to do before I paint it. It's all about the fuselage, always. I think this one. It's just perhaps this one. So when I install this one like this, I have to remove the some mold, not mold, the guideline, trim up, and I have to take this part off because of the, we call it glare shield. I don't know how to say in English, but it cannot fit without trim this line. And this, I think this part, it's gonna be unnecessary, I think. And I think this one is also I have to trim or sand it in flat more deep. It doesn't fit so well, so I've got something to do with the fuselage before installing the stuffs. So next time, I don't know, but I've been seeing you how do I paint it in the cockpit, so maybe I might quit that part because it's already done. So just doing what I have to do, and then I show you how does it going on then. So see you, bye next time.